Welcome and bienvenidos to Cultural Capacity, a podcast sponsored by Educator Aid Incorporated, where our team is committed to supporting individuals and organizations on their journey of self-aware leadership, emotional wellness, and development of effective cross-cultural communications. Let's get ready to explore the following topics together by biting into them with little pieces that go really deep to examine ourselves. Topics like bias, culture, cultural psychology, cultural neuroscience, diversity, equity, inclusion, and racial equity. Our episodes are all 10 minutes or less and intended to serve as introspective tools for you as the individual leader or the teams that you're leading. Be sure to check out the links in the podcast description where you can sign up for our free quarterly subscription, Better Community, as well as tap in and submit your questions via the voice message button. Let's get ready to learn together. This morning, I want to talk just a little bit about one really important component in any individual's cultural narrative or an organization's cultural narrative. So you remember when we talk about culture, what we are saying is not the look and feel of a school, not the environment. It is the underlying factors that are actually driving human behavior. So behaviors like communication, behaviors like conflict and how we respond and react with our emotions, how we process information. All of those things have to do with these underlying cultural pathology, so to speak, or our cultural mindsets. And then what is our capacity to continue to examine those beliefs that we hold? And I say beliefs because beliefs are one core component of any person's individual cultural mindset or any organization's culture by which they operate by. Now, even if we have posted somewhere what we believe, our mission, our vision, our core values, etc., culture is ultimately determined and driven by the people. And because of that, we often have existing cultural beliefs or norms or values in our organizations that they aren't posted up and written somewhere, but they are known to be true. And it is, quote unquote, just how we do things around here. So I wanted to quickly point out beliefs. Because again, when we say culture, there's 5 core components: beliefs, norms, values, language, and not solamente hablo en español y también en inglés, not just I'm only speaking in Spanish or I'm only speaking in English, for example, like I just said. It is also how we communicate love, how we communicate when we're frustrated. Our language pertains to our preferred communication styles as well and encompasses all those things. Finally, symbols, things like a flag, a country's flag, things like maybe necklaces that are important to us, emblems, symbols, school colors, etc. So when I speak about the beliefs portion in particular, the reason why in our inclusive leader cohort programs, we have a module devoted to religious systems, regardless of how you identify, if you are religious, if you're not, if you believe in a God or the universe or a creator or not. It doesn't matter. The reason why we dive into religious systems is specifically in the context of many, many countries and how they're founded, but specifically in the context of the country that we find ourselves residing in, the United States of America. Religious systems have been a way to perpetuate often and justify harmful beliefs. So there's 2 key teaching points I want to make. One is this: just because you hold a belief does not mean that it's true. A truth, the truth, and a belief, the belief you hold, those aren't the same thing. So we have to be very careful not to conflate the two. So that's number 1. Just because you hold a belief does not mean that it is true. The second teaching point that I want us to keep coming back to always in this process, whether it's religious systems that we are examining or other constructs or different things that we've created as humans. all which serve different purposes, all which can be really beautiful, but also have their downfalls, their shortcomings, or evil that persists within those systems. Okay? The second point is this. Some of the beliefs that each of us may hold could possibly be harmful because of human bias, because of the way we might have received the information, because of the way that we allow it to control or play out in our own lives. So the second point is this: just because you hold a belief does not mean that it isn't harmful to yourself or to someone else, or that it doesn't oppress somebody else inadvertently. So one of the consistent questions we will continually pose to you is this: why do I believe what I believe? And how do I know that this belief is true? Why do I believe what I believe? And how do I know that this belief is true? All right. Have a great time learning more about yourself, because when we learn about ourselves, when we accept ourselves, when we love ourselves fully, we can in turn learn about others, accept others, and love others wholly and unconditionally. Thank you so much for showing up for yourself today and tuning in to this episode of the Cultural Capacity Podcast. We're glad you're here. If you found value in this episode, be sure to share out with your social networks. Hit the subscribe button and leave us a review on Apple. You know, all the things. Finally, don't forget to take advantage of our free quarterly subscription that is in our podcast description. The link is right there. It's called Better Community, and we would love to have you join us there too. Until next time, take care.